I can always want newer and better things. But at the end of the day, what I'm craving is more of a simple, yet meaningful, yet impactful life. Yeah, that is what I'm living. I think with anything in life, there are times or moments where you need to take a step back in order to move forward. I'm literally a walking testimony. I owe it to myself to show up, to continue showing up. Letting go of all expectations this time around. The only thing that I'm expecting is for me to show up intentionally and authentically. Dear past self, it's been a journey, it's been a time, and we're gonna reflect about it, talk about it. This is like a digital diary, and it's crazy to think that my last video was 3 years ago. I was creating content, I was like consistent, I was connecting with people, I was putting myself out there, I was doing the uncomfortable things, and then I just stopped. And I didn't just stop because I wanted to, I didn't just stop because I got lazy. I needed time to heal, I needed time to grow, and a lot occurred in these past 2 to 3 years, and we're gonna talk about it. There's just a lot that I learned from past Aida, current Aida. Why did I take a break? I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this is the 4th time that I filmed this video. There's something in me that's like, just do it. This is gonna be the last time I film it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna treat this like a digital diary because essentially it is. Past Aida, I learned so much from you. It's time for a new chapter. I no longer allow things to get in the way. I may procrastinate, I may experience self-doubt, but I feel as though, like, if I were to compare past Aida to current Aida, Aida now is more intentional. Aida now is more driven. Aida now actually is really stepping into the version of herself that I'm becoming. I needed this time to grow. I needed this time to learn. And honestly, it feels so weird coming back on YouTube after like 2 to 3 years. I'm not gonna lie, it feels weird, but it feels really good. 2-3 years ago, I was really doing this and I was connecting with people, building community, and that's something that I really, really needed. I rediscovered myself, and it feels so damn good. I would feel like I would describe my energy now as refreshed. I would describe my energy now as curious, open-minded, and free-spirited. I think if I were to compare past Aida to current Aida, she really wasn't intentional about her time, her energy, the people she spent time with. I wasn't intentional at all. I was just living life free willy, like, yeah, go with the flow. And there are moments of time where we do need to, you know, be free spirited and things like that. But I have learned to be intentional. And by being intentional, I actually see results and actually craft the life that I want. I was just going with the flow, and that's personally, in my experience, not the life that I want to live. Past Aida was going through a breakup. A breakup from a relationship that did not align with me, that diminished my value, with essentially someone that didn't really support me in the ways that I needed. It was a lot because, you know, we've been through a lot. We had a child together. It didn't end up working out. I was experiencing that. I also was still living with my parents, so I needed time to become independent, get my own place, get my own car, really step foot into my career and stuff like that, because again, I was just going with the flow. I didn't have a plan. Past Aida didn't have a plan. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she wanted. She had an idea of what she wanted, but she wasn't fully stepping into it. That's something that I'm learning, is like, you can have these ideas. Like, past Aida was driven. She was open-minded. She was ambitious. But the missing factor was intentionality. I wasn't intentional. I wasn't at all. I actually started working also a 9 to 5 after full-time entrepreneurship for damn near, I think it was like 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 years, full-time entrepreneurship. So I had my business, I was creating content, side hustles and stuff like that. So going back to a 9 to 5 was crazy. And my first 9 to 5 is not my current job that I have now. And I'll talk about that. But past Ada, I know you remember journaling during my shifts. My first job back was actually at a gas station. So I worked at Sheetz as a cashier. And thinking back now, I'm like, past Ada did what she had to do. That was the first job that I could get after a pandemic. Like, we didn't have time to wait. I closed down my business. That's another thing. I needed income. So yeah, that was an opportunity that came about, and that really honestly shaped the way I think about jobs now. I remember journaling during my shifts, like, oh my God, like I hate this. I love being my own boss. Like, people telling me when I'm gonna go on my break, what I'm gonna do, like all of these things. It was a transition, especially coming from working from like home as an entrepreneur, working from anywhere, and then going back to like working on site or surrounded by different types of people. Like, honestly, it was a lot. With that job, was able to move out, and then I actually found my current job now that is working from home. And now I actually been with this job for almost 3 years now. And honestly, I would have never thought like Ada back then was all about entrepreneurship, hustle, business owner, da 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 da. And that's fun and cute, and we love that. We love an independent woman. But I learned that I also need to prioritize life. I also need to prioritize vulnerability. I was operating in my masculine energy. I feel like I learned that it's okay to ask for help. Also, what healing looked like for me was detaching myself from people that did not align with my goals. But not only that, I would say also detaching myself from old versions of myself that I was attached to. I feel like I was attached to certain accomplishments, certain things that I did, certain things that I wanted. I was attached to this version of myself, to this vision I had of myself. Months went by and I really put in the work to heal and to grow and detach myself from that. And I have never felt like more alive, more intentional, more aware of my emotions, of my feelings, more aware of my value, my talents, the things that I provide. I feel like also living offline, I was able to find comfort being on my own. So I've always been a person, I feel like I've been a lone wolf, I'm not gonna lie. I've been a person that like I'm okay with being alone, but I'm also like a people's person, and I love being around people, experiencing things with people. But something that I've learned from past Ada was that sometimes I would allow for people to hold me back from doing a lot of different things. So let's say I wanted to go to an event and maybe I didn't find someone to go to the event with. Oh, okay. Old Ada would have just been like, oh no, I am not going anymore. New Ada, I've embraced solitude. I'm okay with being alone. Truly, I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with doing things by myself. I'm okay with going out by myself. Like, something else that's been taking place during this time offline, I've been doing like a lot of exploring. Actually also went back to school as well. And I would have never thought that I would go back to school. I dropped out at the age of 17. I went to college for criminal justice. And I think I was doing it because of, again, the validation of my family, the validation of others. Maybe at the time I was also interested in it. I really thought I was going to be an FBI agent. As time went on, I realized what I'm passionate about is content creation, storytelling, digital media, marketing. Like, it's weird to say, but I'm going back to college. So I've been taking like certifications and stuff like that in marketing, but I'm actually going back to college for digital media design or audio video communication. So it's one of those, but it's gonna be in like communication arts. Something that I'm currently doing in this season is utilizing my resources. My job pays for like my education, so I'm taking advantage of that. There are a lot of programs also for like parents that are helping me out and stuff like that. So it's just like, I love this season of my life. I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm not afraid to start again and go into something without really knowing the outcome. It's okay because I feel like I now move with intention. I now move with this like, I don't know, like I really, I be stepping. I'm no longer not prioritizing my creative expression because that's something that as a creative, I craved. Like during the time that I wasn't creating online, I still found ways to create. May it be painting, may it be like decor, like the way I put outfits together and my jewelry, like stuff like that. Like I find ways to be creative, and I think I'm no longer not going to prioritize my creative expression. That's something that is essential for me. I don't care if I'm going back to school. I don't care if I'm working corporate now. Best believe like after I clock out of my job, I'm going to go ahead and yeah. Aida currently in this season is investing in herself, is building community, is seeking community. I remember back then I was so isolated. I was a new mom. I then became a single mom. I'm living with my parents. I have no real job. I didn't have a car. Like I didn't have anything. I didn't have no dollar to my name. Like I was dependent on other people. It was just a dark period of time. And I'm so happy that I really took this time to like build myself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot show up authentically. You cannot show up refreshed. You cannot show up and be creative. I know personally for me, I couldn't show up and act like everything was okay, because things were not okay. Aida right now is just prioritizing herself. Normalize putting you first. But I'm so happy to just be here, and I feel like a lot has changed, and I'm ready to just start showcasing that again. I'm here to tell you that you don't need to be in a box. You can be who you want to be. You can start over as many times as you want. You can be angry, be upset, you know, and hate your current situation. But you can also be open. You can also work towards the version of yourself. You can also detach yourself from past versions of yourself. Be creative. You can try new things. You can travel, meet new people. You can date. You can go back to school. You can be at peace. You can be at peace. You truly can. And I really think like past Aida needed to hear that. Is that you can be at peace, that everything will be okay. Yeah. It's crazy. So I just want to say thank you, past Aida, for not giving up on me. Thank you for giving up on us. Thank you for showing up even though you didn't know what the path was going to be. You didn't know how you were going to make money. You didn't know how you were going to be a good mom. Like, I'm here because it's possible to change your narrative. As self, we love you. We give you a hug. We show you grace. We keep you in mind, but this is time now to fully step into this new chapter, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back, and I really, really love this version of myself. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Good job. Not giving up. Pat on the back. Dear past self, we've been through it all for real. The highs, the lows, the moments of growth no one saw. Taking a step back from social media for almost 3 years gave me the space to heal, get closer to God, explore, rewrite my story, and let go of versions of me that no longer align with my path. To those who have been here since the beginning, thank you for being part of the journey. This time around, I'm stepping into this new chapter with intentionality, clarity, love, and a whole lot of lessons to share. Here's to embracing who I am now and everything that's still coming to life.
Mommy.
Huh? You want to do something fun today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi. What's your name? Hi. What's your name?
Asaya.
Yeah, Josiah.
Jehová de los ejércitos está con nosotros. Nuestro refugio es el Dios de Jacob. Amén.
Amen.
Padre amado que está en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Señor, te alabamos y te glorificamos. Gracias porque tú eres real. Gracias, Señor, porque tú existes. Gracias.
All right, so but I wanted to basically talk about starting over, not being afraid to start over, and yeah, how scary it is. And this is something that I'm doing with my channel, and I just want to make content that I'm truly passionate about and that I truly enjoy. And even if they may not be trendy or may not be what's, being talked about, or maybe it is, whatever, I just want to put out what at the end of the day I'll feel happy. What is he doing? Okay. At the end of the day, I want to feel happy about what I am putting out into the world. The first time I look in your eyes, and I know you got me, please understand. Nice. Off of social media for 2 years, been working this job for almost 2 years. So it's like now it's time to fully step into who I'm meant to be, or fully step into the things that bring me joy. And it's not only content creation, like hobbies, music, but I just want to be able to do things that I always wanted to do. Like I always had a voice. I was always singing. I was always playing music. I was always recording videos. I was always these are things that I was always doing, and I feel like I needed to hide that as a child, and now I want to just branch out and explore and try everything that there is. I don't know why I said it like that. Everything. I want to try everything that there is to try that I'm interested in, because why not? And I'm strengthening and I'm working on strengthening my relationship with God, because I definitely, there are times where I walk in fear as opposed to walking in faith. So God knows. God knows my heart. God knows my intention. And he knows that I'm just trying to not only be a better human, but be a better, basically be a better daughter to him. And the reason I'm recording this is because I remember doing an unboxing for a MacBook. And now it's that was gifted to me. Now I'm able to buy my own MacBook. So it's little stuff like this, purchases like this. This is not a little purchase by any means. I'm okay. But stuff like this, in the grand scheme of life are minuscule. Like, this doesn't really matter for your well-being or whatever, but it's a tool. And I would say Ada 4 years ago, 5 years ago, could not afford to even buy her own phone, a computer. I didn't have my apartment. Like, I literally was dependent on others, and now I'm dependent on myself in my own space, and it just feels amazing. And I was stressed. I'm like, oh my god, like, I gotta spend money on this. Like, I was procrastinating on it because I didn't want to spend the money. But it's like, this is not spending money. This is an investment. And that's my mentality now. And it's like, everything that I buy, like, I recently bought a camera. That's an investment. This an investment. Creative softwares, investments. Things that can allow me to make more money, and like, even if I'm not making money, but expressing my creativity. So I'm gonna finish setting this up. I'm just gonna take my time, do it very intentionally, read, because that's what happened with my other one. I was excited. No, for this one, my goal is to just learn the features, learn what it does, remain organized. And one thing about it is, like, you can always organize your life little by little. And I'm testament of that, because I wasn't always the organized person. But that's a whole different video.